So how do you feel about the constant rise of dollar?
The increase in dollar affects everything, especially our laptop accessories, like screen that we are buying at least 10,000 2 years ago. We are buying at the rate of 35,000 now. Like hard drive, 5,000. We are buying at the rate of 15,000. A lot of accessory increase. Even the laptop itself, the new laptop 3-4 years ago, you can see a rate of 150,000 from now. But now, I think about over 300 plus.
There is no availability of that dollar. For example, you are looking for 10,000 and we end up giving you only 3,000 or 2,000 because we don't have it in the market. So picking up people from black market is not the solution. Them arresting us is not going to change anything in the market. The only thing that can change it is let government look for a way to make the dollar available in the market for people to use.
Dollar is very possible before the end of this year. Dollar can be 1,000 naira. It's just for we to start diversifying our attention in a foreign currency.
I don't know what the government is doing. Most of things that we purchase here in Nigeria is being produced by Chinese or by China. Did you get it? And China as a whole, they have their currency. Why you are buying something from China and you are paying in dollars or any other source of currency? It's not encouraging.
The shortage of dollars in Nigeria has pushed the naira to about 700 naira against the black market, despite the recent increase in the country's external reserves. With the current exchange rate, the naira has lost about 10.32% of its value since the beginning of the year, when it was just 565 per dollar at the black market. Legit.ng took out time to speak with business owners who trade with foreign currencies to ask about how the constant rise in dollars is affecting their daily income. However, some people also shared their views on what the government should do in order to improve the economy.
I'm feeling so bad though, very, very so bad, because the increase in dollar affects everything, especially our laptop accessories, like screen that we are buying at least 10,000 2 years ago. We are buying at the rate of 35,000 now. Like hard drive, 5,000. We are buying at the rate of 15,000. A lot of accessory increase. Even the laptop itself, the new laptop 3-4 years ago, you can see a rate of 150,000 from now. But now, I think about over 300 plus to get a new laptop, the good one. So the increase is very, very bad. The government should please and try to do something about it. It affects our market very well. A lot of people can't afford to buy a new laptop. They have to go for the token. Even the token itself, they are just managing to get it. Because of the increase in dollar, everything will just increase.
All right, saying that this is affecting, your business, how has patronage been? Are people still coming? How would you rate sales before and what it is now?
The patronage reduced, to be sincere. It reduced. Even some company I'm working with, I know how I work with them. Even in a week, I can repair up to 20 systems. But now, they have to reduce the staff. And me repairing the system in a week now, maybe 4 or 5 in a week instead of 20, because they have reduced their staff. So the patronage is very low.
But what would you say, is the cause of this constant rise in dollar? What would you say is the major cause?
I think the major cause is, in Nigeria, we don't produce anything. When there is increase in dollar, everything they imported increase. So assuming there is a production of some of those things here in Nigeria, the price will come down so that people can be able to afford it. Apart from our own section, like computer section, other section like toothpick that we cannot produce, they import toothpick. So imagine last week, one of my sister, I think the last time we went to the market, we bought matches at the rate of 80 naira. So last week's surprise, when I asked for it, he said it's 400 naira. Imagine. Assuming it was producing here, I think the price will come down. Then more employment will come in. So government should try and work in that area.
All right. So if you are to outline 3 ways that you want government to come in order to be able to make dollar more accessible, what and what would you advise the government to do?
There's something that I don't really understand about this government, because when we bought from China are not spending dollar. They have their own currency. So why do you buy from China and pay in dollar? I think when we pay in their own currency, it will reduce, it will cheaper. So why do we pay in dollar to China? But dollar is not their currency. Likewise other countries also, like Korea, Germany also. But we pay in dollar. Why? This is what I mean. So why do you normally pay in dollar? Why we cannot pay with their currency? Because the Nigerian government, we said they have a cooperation with some country to be able to do business with them. But at the end of the day, we found out that we have to pay them in dollar, not in that country currency. I think that was what caused major issue. And then more production should be more things should be produced in Nigeria here. Should be produced in Nigeria. So when you have more production in Nigeria here, a lot of things will come down. Then more employment will be created.
Rise of dollar to naira. How has it been? How has your business been recently?
Well, business has not been easy because most of our customers, if they want to buy dollar, initially, for example, maybe I have money for $10,000 at the rate of 500. You understand? That's 5 million naira. So now they can't use that 5 million to buy $10,000 anymore because the thing has risen drastically. So there is demand of dollar in the market for those that used to buy something outside, because most of our businesses are outside Nigeria and we need dollar to buy goods or maybe for the supply. And we don't have the dollar available for the customers.
So how do you do it when you don't have dollar available?
Well, we just have to be patient, one, and secondly, seek for banks from the bank. All this from AM and all those things. And even that won't take longer time than buying from the black market. So that's it.
But how are people still coming despite the high rate of dollar? Are people still coming to buy dollar or to change dollar to naira?
No, on a ratio of 1 to 10, people coming to buy dollar are just 3% now. It's 3/10. Because people changing from dollar to naira, like 5/10. Most people are those that came from maybe overseas, that came for holiday or something. So hardly you see people running business, coming to change their dollar for naira because they don't have it. And even if they ask us to give them dollar to naira, because there is no availability of that dollar. For example, you are looking for 10,000 and we end up giving you only 3,000 or 2,000 because we don't have it in the market. So that's it.
All right, but due to recent happenings whereby the government officials are picking up some people who sell in black market, how have you been able to stay off the radar, or what can you say about that? Do you think these people are the cause of the rise in dollar?
No, picking up people from black market is not the solution, because everybody is there to earn living. Okay, for example, like I have an office and I'm inside, like let me say I'm in a plaza or whatsoever. I wouldn't know who needs the money or who want to change. So definitely I have to tell my boys to go outside. You understand? Just like advertising your product, let me put it that way, for them to bring customer in so that we can be able to transact. So them arresting us is not going to change anything in the market. The only thing that can change it is let government look for a way to make the dollar available in the market for people to use. So that's the only solution for now.
Yes, but if you had to speak on the rise in dollar, what would you say is the cause for this rise?
There is demand and no supply. So that is just it. Because I want to buy something from China and they gave me their invoice of $50,000. You understand? For example, I want to, like for now, even me myself, I'm planning to do a poultry farm. So I needed this battery cage for my end. So what they gave me, the bill they gave me is $52,000, which is about almost, let me say, 10 million plus or whatsoever. You understand? So now I don't even have the dollar to even send to them. Even the banks that I get from, that I can give them my performer invoice to get the Form M, they don't even have the dollar to supply for me. So definitely it's not making business easy for us all.
But if you are to prefer a solution to the government or to CBN, what would you advise them to do in order for naira to be equivalent to dollar?
Well, on my own, the only advice I can give now is for CBN to make a window, or let me say, to open a window where the supply of dollar will be in the market. Probably maybe BDCs, or maybe give the banks more money for those that are buying things outside. As long as you have your genuine papers, and there's a way they can contact the company for them to know if truly this person wants to buy from them, so that it will be easy. Okay, now I want to buy something in China. I go to the bank, they will tell me I have to queue for 3 months before they can make that money available. Automatically, it's making the business crumble. But if there's a way CBN can pump in the money to the market to make it easy for everybody that is buying something outside, that's the only solution I think they can do for now. But not by arresting or maybe chasing people and all those things. That will only make the dollar go up again.
What can you say about the constant rise of dollar?
There's nothing that I can say about it rather than, it's a kind of problem. It's a general problem. It affects economy because majorly Nigeria depends on importation, and I believe we're supposed to have been producing an exchange of some kind of goods and services that will make this dollar to be reducible to a bearable level. It affects, apart from affecting human aspect, it affects economy, and once it affects economy, it has already affected every facet of situations. So, and it's a very bad thing. It's a very bad thing. It's not encouraging. It doesn't give a kind of a better life to the citizens of this country, especially, we that depends on the level of importation and also want to. And the other thing that I can say about this thing is that I don't know what the government is doing. Most of things that we purchase here in Nigeria is being produced by Chinese or by China. Did you get it? And China as a whole, they have their currency. Why can't we be exchanging goods and services, through their money? Did you get it? I think they use yen. So why can't we do that? So why you are buying something from China and you are paying in dollars or other source of currency? It's not encouraging. I think government should do something about it. And we've heard about it about 5 years ago of this present government that something like that is going to be put into circulation. But here we are. Do we say the government is not working, or do we say the government is not in a better form? So.
Okay, but what would you advise the government to do in order for naira to be equal to dollar?
Well, right from the time I've been a childhood, I can say categorically around something 1983, pounds is about 2 to 1 naira, while dollars is lesser to Nigerian money. The level of borrowing, the level of exchange of goods and services. See, there are so many things that happen to be raw materials from Nigeria taken abroad. Why can't we find a solution how we can make all these things happen here? So as a result, you don't need to get something from abroad. As a result, I think the dollar will be somehow reduced. But today, that level that you just mentioned, I'm not so sure. I don't think we are having a Nigeria that is working.
All right, but if you had to mention 3 causes of the rise in dollar here in Nigeria, what would you say is causing the rise in dollar?
Let's talk to our politicians, those who embezzle our monies. Let's talk to them. That's one. And 2, that's what I've said earlier. The level of exportation and importation supposed to be seen to the highest level. We should have a way that will be exchanging our own products or materials here compared to taking all this thing away from abroad. Anything, even ordinary Nigerians want to buy anything from abroad. So far we are not producing. The level of production and exportation is very low and is not even encouraging. So I think this is the second one. And the third one, probably, I think it's all that the policy of government is not that, standard. If it is in a good condition and is in a good shape, I think something will be done and there will be a kind of encouragement as regards it. And these are the 3 things I think the policy of government is not that, on ground. It's not that original.
can't say anything really. It's hard to talk about. I can't say anything. It's hard to talk about. You know, look around. You look at the country we live in now. Depending on the dollar, for our system to work, for our economy to work, it doesn't really make sense. So that's all I have to say, really.
And how has this affected you personally?
Everything is going up now. Like I said, we are depending on the dollar for our own system to work. And the price of everything has changed. And if you go to shops now, they'll tell you that dollar is increasing in price, so our own price has to increase with it. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really add up.
But if you were to advise the government on what to do, what would you want them to do in order for naira to be equal to dollar again? That is, if that's possible. For
naira to be equal to dollar?
Yes.
That's a far cry. I don't know. You know, I wouldn't know because I'm not a policymaker. I'm not an economist, so I can't give an answer to that question. But I know that for naira and dollar to be equal, it's a far cry. It will be very difficult to achieve. You know, that's my own perspective on that.
I feel happy, and some other people are also they are not feeling happy the same way I'm feeling happy, because me, I'm also making money in naira, I'm making money in dollars, so I feel happy. So in a situation like this, it's for our people to start finding a way how to make money in hard currency now. It's not when you travel outside the country, that's where you can make money in a foreign currency. You can be here in Nigeria and make money in foreign currency. So I feel dollar is very possible before the end of this year. Dollar can be 1,000 naira. It's just for we to start diversifying our attention in a foreign currency. You understand?
Alright, but if you were not making money in dollars, how would you feel? How would you feel now if you are not making money in dollars?
I will feel, because one thing is in life is I'll feel as if I don't know where the world is going to, because you need to look for where the world is going to and move with them. That is just it. Many people who are not making money in dollars, not that they are not making good money, they are making good money, but at least need to still look for where the world is going to now. That is just it, because many of all these things we are using these days, one of the things that is affecting our economy now is still this same hard currency now. Everybody, many people, not everybody, many are called, few are choosing. Many people are looking for a way to make money in hard currency. So for me, making money in good currency, in a foreign currency, I'm very happy, and I also advise every one of us to start finding a way to make money in other foreign currency. That is just it.
Right, but I know that there are some things that you are buying in naira, not with your foreign currency, and now the prices of those things, you know, is on the high side. So how do you feel when you want to buy something of 500 naira before it's now 15? How do you feel?
Well, at times I don't feel bad, because I understand what is going on, how our economic is being, as in how our economic here in Nigeria is now, because things are rising based on the inflation going now, you understand? So I don't feel bad when I see something I'm buying for, like, let me say something I used to buy. Let's use kerosene, for example. Kerosene, we can't say kerosene. What they are using to get that kerosene is hard currency. No, it's still the same. Our we call it indigenous. How do they call it? I don't feel bad. I just feel like, yes, that shows that yes, the world, things are changing every day by day.